What is up, Jamily? This is JamiroFan 2000 here with yet another episode of JamiroFan Talks About, where I look at the past, present, and future of Jamiroquai and their music. And in this case, this is more of a personal episode where I take a look back at an absolutely amazing weekend of me in New York City, seeing Jamiroquai at the Forest Hill Stadiums in Queens, New York. So let's get into this JamiroFan Talks About. It started off the weekend of September 6th through the 9th was one of the greatest times of being a Jamiroquai fan of the past 25 years. Let me get that out of the way first. But this was one of those culmination moments, at least for me personally, having followed the band Jamiroquai since for 20 to 25 years. And the weekend started off really awesome with a set of really cool Times Square Jamily meetups with several of some of my closest friends from the Jamily that I've not really met in real life. I have not met very many Jamiroquai fans, either be it from social media or in real life. But in New York City, at the Times Square meetups, I met up some amazing people: Vandrina, Jessica, Jalen, Nelda, a lot of great fans. And we had a great time in a pair of meetups at the Dallas Barbecue Restaurant, which is right on the right side of Times Square. And I would like to send a big thank you to everybody who came out for these meetups. And also Margarita, don't want to forget about you. I just want to say a big thank you to you guys and gals for coming out to Times Square and meet up with me, and I reciprocate by meeting you. It's some of the best Jamiroquai fans that I know of, and I'd like to thank you all for just making those meetup meals so very memorable. But the memorableness of this weekend, especially for me, would not end there. And it would not end there, because then the gig day came on Saturday, and I made the trek out to Forest Hills Stadium, and I luckily got there in time to get at the head of the queue with most of the Jamily. And may I say, the Jamily is one of the most eclectic mixtures of music fans I have seen in any musical fan base that I had the luxury of being part of. And there were a lot of free spirits, and it wasn't just Cyril. But I was at the head of the line with some amazing Jamiroquai fans. And not to mention, I made some amazing connections. I made some connections with Buff Jew and Dr. Buzz and George Pabst from Facebook, but the first two I met were originally from the JamiroQuai subreddit. And I got to talk to everybody in the long line of Jamiroquai fans, at least at the cutoff point of real Jamiroquai fans, and all the other randos way behind. But I got to talk to everybody. I got to meet everybody. I even handed out balloons and little flyers for the JamiroTalk Plus fan forums, which hopefully more of you fans that went to this absolutely amazing Jamiroquai gig in Forest Hills, New York, will end up coming and joining the online community out of this amazing New York, highly energetic New York gig. And I'd like to send thank you to everybody that I met. Some familiar faces, some faces I've never met before, and some very, very old faces. And I'm talking to you, Smell Bob / Amanda. I hadn't seen you in at least a decade, and thank you for coming up from Canada to come and check out Jamiroquai live in New York. And just everybody that I got to know in that line, I'd like to send a big, big thank you to all of you for being so awesome, so hospitable, and just for being so nice. So nice. And then, of course, Jamiroquai would take the stage and just knock another performance out of the park. If only the Forest Hill Stadium had actually had a roof, Jamiroquai would have figuratively knocked it off its hinges. Jamiroquai's performance in New York City, I dare to say, this being my first live Jamiroquai tour experience, and having seen so many Jamiroquai gigs over the last 25 years by fan recordings and videos off YouTube, this was one of the finest New York, highly energetic performances Jamiroquai has ever done in the city of New York City. The energy from the New York City crowd and the whole Jamily there, even the non-fans or the partial fans or the on-the-side fans, the energy was absolutely palpable. unbelievable. It was amazing. And the band even commented several times that the energy level was so great. And their performance was absolutely awesome. As for the set list, they did give us a few returns to the set list. They gave us Main Vein. They gave us the 2017 live remix of Emergency on Planet Earth. And I do believe they brought us back. They did bring back another song. I'm trying to remember it, but as I said on Facebook, this has been a lot for me to process and a lot to take in. As I said, this was a bit of a culmination moment for me. And I will tell you, at the gig, several band members did acknowledge my direction and did say thank you, especially Paul Turner, thank you. And then JK, when in between songs, when he was on stage and he said thank you, he was saying a big collective thank you to all the American Jamiroquai fans from over the years. He pointed directly at me and said, pointed my direction and said, especially the fans that have been with us since 1992. And that really hit me hard. And not in a bad sense, not even in a spectrum of emotion. It was one of those really surreal moments because he pointed at me and said that, and then the fans around me absolutely blew. Their faces just glowed and looking at me, and you know, that's not, you know, I never asked for reciprocation. I never asked for thank yous or any type of adulation from my fellow Jamily members, but that really made me happy. And it really was a culmination. Like I said, this concert was a culmination point for me, a really big culmination point. And I'd like to thank Paul, Derek, Nate, Elle, Valerie, Hazel, Sola, Rob, Paul, everybody in the band for just being so supportive of the Jamily and reciprocating constantly on social media and taking time to thank me. And I really appreciate that one moment is emblazoned in my mind for the rest of my life. I'll never forget that, and I'm so thankful that so many people at the gig really appreciated me, who didn't even know me, and just really just were just arms open, so friendly, so thankful. And it blew me away. This whole weekend blew me away. And as I said, I had to take some time to think about this and let this retrospect in my mind, and it was just an amazing time. An amazing time. Is this the beginning of me possibly going to more gigs in the future? Yeah, damn straight it is. And I look forward to meeting even more people and enlightening more people about Jamiroquai and their amazing generation-defining discography of music and their live performance. So I can't say it enough. Thank you, everybody. And also, coming to the channel, I have 4 vlogs that I have culled together from all my video and picture footage. That will be starting on Monday, September 10th, so be sure to watch the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel for those absolutely awesome vlogs. I did capture full live footage of the tracks, and that is it. That was the other song they gave us in the set list. Now I remember it, Dr. Buzz. I have full track recordings of Dr. Buzz and Shake It On, and that's just a small fraction of how amazing that concert was. Not to mention the crazy French Jamiroquai fan, the super fan Cyril Brackett. He's recorded the whole gig, is now on his YouTube channel. It went live today, so I will put link to that great live footage in the description of this video down below. So be sure to check out that live gig. In the part where JK talks about thanking the Jamily and the fans for all the support here in the United States, look for that moment where he points my direction. It's just it still gives me goosebumps. But anyway, I don't want to rag on anymore. I just wanted to record a JamiroFan Talks About, just a retrospect, just for me to verbally look back at this absolutely amazing 4 days of Jamiroquai in New York City. And I look forward to many potential more tour dates that I will attend myself. If my financial side of my life gets a little bit better, you'll definitely see me there in the front row with a weird pair of glasses and a weird hat, ready to rock with the rest of the Jamily, seeing Jamiroquai live again. And as always, this is JamiroFan 2000, and I'll see you again really soon with another JamiroFan Talks About and much more videos about Jamiroquai and Jamiroquai Minutes here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. Bye, everybody, and have a great upcoming week. And wow, absolutely wow.